So I'm always having to make thumbnails and they're kind of a pain to make, and I've always wondered how much it would cost for someone to make you a solid thumbnail. So today I decided to put it to the test and hire 3 different people to make me a Fortnite thumbnail, from extremely cheap all the way to expensive. And then at the end I'm gonna be posting a poll with all 3 thumbnails so you guys can vote who made the best thumbnail, and the results were pretty surprising. Alright, so we're on Fiverr and you can pretty much pay someone to do any service for you. So I want to start with the cheap thumbnail first, and I want to try to find someone that'll do it for like $5. So let's just look up Fortnite thumbnails and we'll try to find the cheapest listing. Alright, so these are like the top listings, but these are like 10 to 15 bucks. We might come back to these. This guy's selling them for 45 bucks, but let's keep looking here. I want to try to find one for 5 bucks, bare minimum. Bro, hold up. This guy has 123 reviews and is listing the thumbnails for only 5 bucks. My name is Chasey and I'm a thumbnail designer with over 7 years of experience. I have helped many big names such as Lachlan, Nick A30, Chances, and many others. Bro, I don't know if this guy's legit. These thumbnails look very good for only 5 bucks with 1-day delivery too. Bro, we gotta get this one. Okay, so I don't really need any type of specific thumbnail, and I think it would be more interesting if we ask all these sellers for some type of twist within the thumbnail. So for this first guy, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have him make a 1v1 thumbnail with Jonesy as the main character, and then I'm gonna see if he can remove Jonesy's hair and make a bald Jonesy. It's pretty easy to remove the hair fast in Blender, but it's just kind of random, so we'll see if he could do it. Alright, so here's what we got. Hey bro, I'm really not looking for anything super specific. Just make me a 1v1 map thumbnail, Jonesy as the main character, and then just a blue sky. And then the last sentence, if you could though, just remove Jonesy's hair. So it's not a very detailed prompt, it's super open-ended. So let's start this order and we'll check back once it's done. Alright, actually as we're waiting for the first order, let's buy the rest of these thumbnails and then we can compare them all at once at the end. And let's buy one more $5 thumbnail since it's so cheap, and then we could do more trolling. Well, I guess it's not really trolling, we're paying these people and I'm gonna give them a 5-star so they love it. So I just filtered all the listings to $5 only, and I tried to find one more listing and a lot of them just looked very cheap and it kind of looked like they were AI, but I eventually found this one guy. I think this is our guy. Some of these don't look great, the lighting and shadows, but for only 5 bucks, 1-day delivery too. Let's get it. Okay, so there's no Dropbox to type your instructions in. Bro, I just paid 5 bucks for this. Alright, I actually came up with an idea. So what we'll do is I'm in Photoshop and then we'll just type the instructions on an image and we can upload an image, so that'll work. Alright, here's my request. Hey bro, I don't have anything in mind, so just make me something with how you interpret these emojis, and then I'm gonna go find like 3 emojis and then we'll just add them underneath and we'll see what bro can cook up. Okay, these are the 3 emojis we got, completely random. This is probably the weirdest request he probably has gotten, but pretty interesting. $25 thumbnail. I want to try to buy one for about that price, so let's see what we can find. So a lot of these top ones are about 20 to 25 bucks. This one right here by Alejandro for 20 bucks. It's not quite 25, but I'm pretty sure with tax and the service fee, it's gonna come out to about 25 bucks. And bro, these thumbnails look pretty good. Yeah, these actually look very good. For 20 bucks, 2-day delivery, only 1 skin, but I guess that's all we need. And it's a top listing, so the thumbnail's probably gonna come out pretty good. Let's get it. Okay, so for this guy, I want to make another 1v1 thumbnail, but I want to make it with the Bigfoot skin, and I want him to try to make it so Bigfoot is like ready to 1v1 while holding a selfie stick, just like those Bigfoot AI videos. And I hope it looks like Bigfoot is like on the ramps about to record his 1v1. Let me actually just write the prompt and then I'll show you. Okay, so here's what we got. I told him to use the Bigfoot skin from Fortnite, and then I just said, hey bro, I'm looking for a thumbnail where Bigfoot is about to 1v1 and is holding up his selfie stick. The image should be from the phone's camera's perspective as if he's about to 1v1 while filming himself. And then I just told him to make it a 1920 by 1080 aspect ratio so he doesn't make it like a TikTok format. And then I just said try to make it look like an AI Bigfoot vlog video. And then let me actually find a picture of the AI Bigfoot holding the camera so he knows kind of what I'm talking about. Alright, this will do. So hopefully what he does is he uses the Fortnite Bigfoot skin and poses it in a way to make it look like an AI Bigfoot video, but with the actual Fortnite skin. I hope he doesn't use the Bigfoot from the AI videos and uses the actual Bigfoot skin from Fortnite. We didn't really word it super clear, but we're just sending this anyways and we'll see what he cooks up. Moving on to the last thumbnail for 50 bucks, and I decided to go with the first guy in the beginning that was selling the thumbnails for 45 bucks. All of his thumbnails looked amazing and he seemed like a very genuine guy, and he actually was. As he was making the thumbnail, he was sending me pictures of how it was turning out, and I was able to make changes. And what I asked this guy to do is I found this one original thumbnail image and I wanted to see if he could remake it with the fish stick skin while also changing it up a little bit so it wasn't a direct copy. And I probably give this guy the hardest challenge because this thumbnail is not easy to make with the lighting and shadows. But after a few days, all the thumbnails were in and I was pretty shocked. Okay, all the thumbnails are in. Let's go through them all from the cheapest to the most expensive, and then we'll post a poll and find out which thumbnail is the best. So let's start with the first $5 one, and this is the one where I asked the guy to make a 1v1 thumbnail with Jonesy, but just make him bald. And this is how it came out. For 5 bucks, I was pretty shocked. There's a little bit of clipping and the shadows are a little harsh, but I gave this guy very minimum instructions of what to do. And he also did it in only about 8 hours. I went to bed and then I woke up and it was already delivered. So bro, this guy is a solid seller. I would honestly have to give this thumbnail like a 7 out of 10. For 5 bucks, 100% worth it. All right, next thumbnail. This is the other $5 one where I just gave the guy random emojis and I told him just to make whatever. And this is how it came out. I'm gonna just be honest, it's not the greatest. The shadows and lighting don't look great. The whole image doesn't really complement each other extremely well. But for 5 bucks, and I didn't even give this guy instructions, it's honestly not too bad. Okay, moving on to the $25 thumbnail, and this is how it came out. And I'm gonna just be for real, I can make this in like 20 minutes, but it's honestly on me. I worded the instructions super unclear. It's honestly nothing how I expected it to come out. So we ended up using the AI Bigfoot, and the Bigfoot's not even on the stairs, he's in front of the stairs. But if I did want him to fix it, I could have just asked him. I just didn't want to wait the time, and all of his previous thumbnails are amazing, and it's a pretty good thumbnail still. It's just nothing like I was expecting. All right, moving on to the last thumbnail for 50 bucks. Bro, when he delivered this one, I was so hyped. This thing looked amazing. The shadows, the lighting, the pose, it all looks perfect. It looks just like the reference image I gave him, and he also changed it up a little bit so it wasn't a direct copy. You could tell this guy spent time on this thumbnail, at least like a good 3 to 4 hours making it. So I went ahead and set this as the thumbnail for my previous map I made in the last video, and all the other thumbnails I'm gonna be giving them away at the end of the video. But first, let's make the poll and find out which thumbnail is the best, the cheap or the most expensive. All right, I got all the thumbnails loaded up. I decided not to use the one that we made with the emojis. That one was just kind of an extra. And then I think I'm gonna just say something like, which thumbnail are you rocking with? Something simple like that, and then that should be good. So let's make this post and then we'll check back in a few days. Alright, so it's been 8 days since I made the post and 175 people voted, and the top thumbnail is the most expensive one. 70% of people voted for that one, and then the cheapest thumbnail did the worst. So if you guys do want to use any of the previous thumbnails, I'm gonna be posting them on my Twitter and Discord and giving them away, and they're probably posted right now. You could go download them. But I guess that does answer the question. The more you spend, the better the thumbnail comes out.